I'm just getting this dinghy lashed on the back. I've got the dinghy hooked up so that I can use this winch for handling the headsail if we get a bit of wind to use it. It's supposed to be northerly today, which would be good for us. Not much of it though, pretty light. And I am going to be pushing a little bit of tide getting out of here because the tide's still flowing in for another couple of hours. So it'll make it a bit slower for us. But I need to leave now because I'm taking you guys out to the southern Great Barrier Reef. We're going to head out to Fitzroy Island. Well, we don't wear skimpy bikinis. Hell, it frightens me when I take my shirt off. There's definitely no one pregnant here. This is motor sailing for old dudes. We do live on a boat and we do cruise extensively along the Australian coast. Join us and visit some great destinations. Learn how to look after a boat and live off grid. It might even get you enthused to do the same thing. Hey, stay out there till you can't. Get this lashed on nice and securely. You never know what the weather's going to throw at you out there. Okay, you've watched the video to this point, so you must be interested. If you watch to the end, I've just got a little quiz for you that will help with some of your nautical knowledge. So please watch the vid to the end and give us a comment on what you think the mystery object is. Enjoy the vid, dudes. It's a glassy smooth day. It's going to be pretty pleasant. We are pushing a fair bit of tide, only doing about 4.3 at the moment, but it's going to be pretty pleasant heading out to sea in this. And yeah, hopefully the wind's going to come in from this direction and we should be able to get a bit of sail out if we get a bit of wind, but I think it's going to be a very light wind morning. We'll just have to see how it goes. Anyway, our ETA at Fitzroy is about 1500 this afternoon. I've logged on with VMR. I'm monitoring 13 at the moment as I head out through the pilotage area with Gladstone VTS, and soon we'll log on with VMR Round Hill, and I think they might have comms out at Fitzroy, but now that we've got Starlink we should be pretty right anyway. And that part of the idea of going out there is just to test Starlink out and see if we've got comms via Starlink out at Fitzroy and Lady Muss. A bit of breeze here, so we're going to use it. Be better when we start heading south. I was going to head out to, plan was to go out to Fitzroy, but it's 48 nautical mile out there, about nearly 11 hours. I'd get there a bit late in the day and I don't want to be banging around in the reef then, so I'm going to leave that trip for my way back north next year. And we're just going to do the easy one down to Pancake and then probably run down to Bundy and down into Harvey Bay. I don't know, when you start heading south, you're sort of like heading home. So I think too, you don't get northerlies very often. Southeast or the trade winds, very easy to get because they blow pretty consistently. But when you get a bit of northerly like you're going to get over the next couple of days, you do tend to get on it and make as much south as you can, because I know there's southerly coming Thursday, Friday. I think it comes in, and I'm going to have to be tucked up somewhere out of that for sure. So anyway, change your plan. That's what cruising's all about. Do it with the weather, and we'll get a bit of sail out and we'll head down to Pancake for this afternoon. That should do it. Of the sail. I was going to try and run down to 1770, but the tide's going to beat me down there. It's quite shallow getting in, and I think by the time I got there, another 2 hours from here, I'll be getting a bit close to the bottom of the tide. So we'll go into Pancake. I'll just go and see what the outer anchorage is like. We might just hang there for the night, and I might skip down to Pancake tomorrow. It's only a couple of hours. Then Thursday's looking like a bit more breeze to get a bit further down to Bundy, so I think that's the way I'm going to do it. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. You know, you make it up as you go when you're doing this sort of stuff. But anyway, we're not very far out of Pancake now, just up in front of us, and we'll get in there and make ourselves comfortable for the night. Pancake looks pretty empty. It doesn't look like there's any boats in there at all, actually. I think quite a few might have left this morning with this northerly. It's the first time in a long while I've seen Pancake Creek completely empty. VMR Gladstone, VMR Gladstone, VMR Gladstone. This is Peggy-Anne, Peggy-Anne 02.
Peggy-Anne, this is VMR Gladstone. Go ahead, please.
Yes, VMR Gladstone, this is Peggy-Anne. We're on your log this morning. We're safely into Pancake, and we'll probably log on with Round Hill tomorrow. Over.
Peggy-Anne, this is VMR Gladstone. Romeo, that, so we'll take you off our log now, and thank you for logging on.
Yeah, thanks for your assistance, Gladson. We'll catch you next time we're up. Peggy-Anne standing by 16. Alright, well it's not too bad here. Pretty good actually, and it saves us going all the way up into the creek. Probably another nautical mile up in there, so yeah, it'd be pretty nice here. I don't know if I'm going to put the dinghy in and go sure. It's all lashed on the back. I think I'll probably leave that till we get to 1770. I've only got 2 hours to get down to 1770, but I can do it tomorrow morning and get in there on the high tide, and it makes it a little bit easier because it is quite shallow getting into 1770 now. Well, I was here all on my own when I got here this morning, but it's changed a little bit now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the anchorage, and there's another 2 on the way in. So a bit of an exodus down the coast. I think everyone's heading south for summer. I'm a bit worried about Dishy being up on the roof and cable tied up there. So what I've done, brought him down and put him in a rod holder down here, and I think this might be better. I think that's going to be perfect actually. It's a really good fit. And I won't leave it there when I take off to go in the morning and just take the dish out. I don't have to worry about that big stand. The dish will like it there, and when I'm going anywhere I can take it inside, throw it on bunk. Something easy tonight. It's going to be a nice sunset though. Time for a bit of dinner, then I might watch a video because I can. I love Starlink. Well, the mooring out there got a bit untenable. It was bloody uncomfortable. I wasn't going to sleep at all, so I've decided to come into the inner anchorage in the dark. But it's a lot nicer in here, a lot more comfortable. I'll get a bit of sleep now. Won't be too bad. Well, the move last night really paid dividends. It was a lot better in here, so it was worth doing that little move. I wouldn't have got any sleep at all last night. Most of the boats on the outer anchorage have gone, so I think a lot of them would have left early. Anyway, we're fired up now, cup of tea, I'll get the anchor up and we'll get out of here. Well, the conditions are great this morning. We've got about a 15 to 20 knot northeaster blowing, and that's keeping the sail full. We're getting along at about 6.5, 7 knots, and we're going to run all the way down to Bundaberg, maybe even past, or might even go down to the Burrum. We'll just see how we go. But yeah, very pleasant travelling in these conditions. It's quick and yeah, it's very comfortable. So here's Dishy set up on the foredeck. That's how I set it up. It's really easy. And the best thing about that is now I can stream videos online while I'm travelling anywhere. Fantastic. Well, that's been a great little motor sail down here today. Wind's got up a fair bit this afternoon. It's up around 20 odd now, I'd say. But we've been doing a good clip all the way down, so it's been good. Did it in about 10 hours, which is pretty good for that trip. Now the chore is to get the sail in. That could be hard work, but Bundy's just here, so I'm going to have to alter course and it'll backwind this sail. So I'm just going to wind it up and do the last 20 minutes under power. As always, it's a little bit of walking up and down to get it in. Sure, getting that sail in when the wind gets up like this, but yeah, you just take your time and do it bit by bit. And now we'll roll around a little bit until we get into the river. I think one of the best things about doing a trip like this, about a good trip down, but you know that at the end of it you're getting into some calm water in the river, so it'll be good to get up the river a bit and get out of the swells and the seas and settle in for the night. So we'll just poke up the river a little way and get out of this sloppy water we're in at the moment. We mightn't have to get too far up. I don't want to go too far because I'm going to leave early in the morning and head a bit further down. Forecast is for the same conditions tomorrow, so we're going to get up early, dudes, and head down to the Burrum River. See you next week. Okay dudes, here's this week's quiz. If you saw this shape on the front of a vessel, what would it indicate and what action would you take? Leave a comment below.